Instagram first because you know it's got to go through that stuff.
No, sometimes my Facebook fails.
Yeah, true. Your Facebook does suck. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 27th installment of Mind of the Founder. We'll be going to season 2 next week.
We're not switching this season. We don't even say season anything. We just
It's
episode.
season 1. It's like Dateline. Right now they're like season 24, episode 32. It's like, really?
We're gonna the new season. We have to introduce new cast
it's gonna be
members.
when we change. So really, this is Mind of the
Until
Founder.
it's just you and me. It's still season 1.
Yeah, but it's kind of season 1.2, 1.1A because it started with just me.
Oh yeah,
and
for
then,
4 episodes.
And then you joined, and So our goal is to just evolve this and get it to be where it's a really fun thing, and
because it's not fun right now.
No, I mean we improve it to where we listen to the feedback from people and what they say, and we'll.
The goal is to get other founders.
No, I'm saying that's definitely the goal. I'm saying I want to get it to where we're doing giveaways during the show, where we're doing live Q&As.
Yeah.
And stuff. I'm saying we're going to evolve it. It's great now. I love it now. And
once you guys start asking questions, crickets out there.
Yeah. During the show, it's crickets. But anyway, so for those of you guys that have never tuned in, this is where you guys submit questions to us by emailing us or commenting on things or whatever.
Or you can live comment.
You do whatever, but we pick the questions before we come in. I don't know the questions. The girlfriend knows them, but because she's the one that picks them. And then so she asked me on live, and then I answer them, and she answers them as well now. And and you guys can find out about us, the company, ask personal questions, whatever. Today's episode is brought to you by PBR. And as I say every week, PBR did not sponsor this, and I wish they would.
Legally, we have to say that. And
one day I will actually cover this up because we're gonna have so many viewers that it's like, what, you want me to drink your beer? You're gonna give me free beer.
You should start brown bagging it.
Yep, just brown bag it. It's like, oh, you want me to show what beer I'm drinking?
Do people brown bags brown bag regular can size?
No, because you don't buy these in singles at the store. Typically, you buy 16's the smallest individual you'll buy, and then it'll go up to a 22. Then they have a 25, 32,
and a 40.
And a 40.
40.
A 40. A 40.
40.
So anyway, how was your week? How's your day?
This week was kind of chill, good, and then food drop came and I got sick.
Oh yeah, we had a food drop on Friday.
I think I got stuff from the kids, or I don't know. I think I was just exhausted. The kids.
Yeah, that night you were grumpy.
I was tired. But you were
exhausted. Understood why you were grumpy, but yeah, it was because you were tired, and you did probably come down with a little bug because you were ill yesterday. So, but we still crushed it at tennis, so that was good.
You mean I crushed it at tennis because I beat you at the World Series of Tennis 2017?
Whatever. Don't let her. She's talking whatever. So anyway, you ready to get this started?
Yep.
All right, let's go. Question 1.
Question 1. What's the thing you struggle with on a daily basis? What's the thing you struggle with on a daily basis?
What's the thing I struggle with on a daily basis? That's interesting. It's almost like I should answer that and then you should answer it because I'm sure what your view of what I struggle with on a daily basis is different than what I think I struggle with.
Oh, I should tell you what you struggle with? Oh, I know.
But let me say mine first.
Okay.
Let me say mine first. That way I'm not influenced by yours. What do I think I struggle with the most on a daily basis? It's got to be focus. I think that's my biggest struggle is focus. I've got so many things going on in my head constantly to a fault right? Everybody, that's like everybody's known to say that. It's like, yeah, I can't sleep, I can't do this because my brain's always going, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to say that. But my fucking head is constantly going, like, bad. And I will start on something, working on something, and it goes from working on this, that makes me think of this, and it's like, oh shit, yeah, I gotta do that. It's like, oh, that'll make me think of this, and I'll bounce, and that's why I'll be talking to her, like, I'll have to stop her, hey, we gotta work on this, and then during that, it's like, oh shit, no, fuck that, we gotta work on this. So I think my biggest thing is focus.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah, ADD. It's like, and it's not just like the ability to like focus on tasks. You just get you sidetrack a lot because you'll start talking and then you'll be like, oh, and then this, and then this, and then this, and then I'm like, finish your first point, and then you'll get antsy and you'll start walking around the warehouse, and I'd be like, where is he? Because I need to ask you something, and you're like at the liquor store or something. And I was like, what? Weren't you working on this email that needs to be sent out? And you're just, it's so hard to keep you in one place because you like to like pace around so much too, and you don't.
Well, a lot of times what it is so I'll work on something and it's like, oh shit, and I'll think of something else. It's like that actually takes priority, and it'll be something that I need to make a phone call on for whatever reason. So, and I don't like to sit and talk. I like to walk and talk. So I get on the phone, and then that will become something else that'll make me think of something else, and then it's just I'm gone, and I come back and it's like, oh, I was working on this email. Yeah, I forgot about that. I need to get that done.
Because we sit at a desk together like this close, desk, yeah. And then we'll get in around like 9, and then we leave like early-ish afternoon, come back home and do some more work. But I feel like 60% of the time he's gone. I'm like, where is he? Like I'm just like working, type, and he's gone 60% of the time on the phone call, or like walking.
That's a lot of my work. A lot of my work is via phone because I'm having to talk to people about. I'm trying to get funding for us. And that takes a lot of. It's
not always.
It's not always funding. Don't get me wrong.
It's sometimes personal calls.
Well, yeah, but that's you. You don't see. This is the thing. She doesn't see. You have to see. It's not just a either or. It's not white or black, right? A lot of these personal calls are me going over the things that I need to go over with the people that I need to want to go over with them. It's like some people just don't understand, and it's okay. I understand if you don't understand. So anyway, slacker my ass. Okay. Anyway, so yeah. So what about you? What do you feel your biggest struggle is on a daily basis?
My biggest struggle is frustration on a daily basis.
Caused by,
I'll be working on something and I don't see any like result, or I don't see a result quick as I'd like it, or I'd want to do something, but we don't have the resources. So I get frustrated and it puts me in a bad mood. And then I just have to like move forward. So it's just getting frustrated on a daily basis, and like, which is understandable at this stage in the early startup because we don't have like a team. We don't have so much resources to do all the things that we want to do to get the results that I want to get. So it's new to me to be working at startup level, not at a company that has a brand, that has funding, dedicated marketing spend. It's easier to put something out and see like return. For us, it's like I feel like I'm putting out so much and it's just like nothing's happening, no one's responding, nobody cares, and it's just like, for me, I take it hard because I put a lot of pressure on myself to do things right and to do things well, and when it's not done right or well, then I get down on myself.
But seeing that, I do think that is a weakness of yours, but it's what I think the disconnect is, what metrics are you judging it being right or well? And I think that's all it is. Your expectations and the metrics you're doing, because you're fucking crushing it. But it takes time, and so into answering the question on yours, it's I think your biggest struggle is getting used to the startup world, getting used to the way things will change very quick, and it's like you'll be working on something and it's like, oh fuck it, we're scratching it, right? And it's because at this level of a company, like all the things you see big companies have figured out, all these programs, you didn't see the 20 programs they tried before they got that one chiseled out, right? And then you see they'll get it, and then 6 months later that program's over. Why? Because they're like, oh shit, we didn't realize these were going to be the problem. Right, so, and it's different in a startup because you don't a lot of shit doesn't work, and you're gonna have to try a lot of things. And
not only that, it's like our budget's so limited that I'm scared to try certain things because if it fails, then that was a waste of money. Yeah, and so I'm just kind of stuck in this place where I'm like, I don't even want to try because I don't want to risk it. So I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, but keep doing what I'm doing can only take us that far. So it's like.
Okay, so let me say, because let me elaborate on what I think what your biggest struggle is on a daily basis. It's how do I articulate this? It's the way I think it's the willingness to take risk or also not fighting because of all of what you said, you're scared because
it's our money now. Yeah. If it was someone else's money, which it had been for the past how many years I've been working, I'm just like, let's just try it. Whatever. Let's spend $7,000 on a billboard ad. Let's see what happens. For us, it's like, do I want to spend $100 on Facebook ads? Mm-hmm. I mean, is $100 really going to do anything? Yeah. Is it worth it? But that's $100 that we could have used on product. Uh-huh. It's scary when it's your own money, and
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
and we don't have a whole lot of money, just FYI. Yeah,
all right, beautiful. All right, next question.
What's a weakness of yours that you wish you could change?
Weakness. What's a weakness? Oh, sorry, I'm moving the lazy Susan.
And making people motion sick. Weakness.
Biggest weakness I wish I could change.
Someone ask something? I can't be sideways.
Let's see. Biggest weakness. I think in my bug scuffle, I wish I didn't have that self-doubt. There we go. I wish I could take my self-doubt. Boom. That's easy. That's 100%.
That is your biggest setback.
You're asking or you're saying?
I'm saying that is your biggest setback. Yeah. A lot of things would be a lot easier to you if you were to get over that. Yeah.
Self-doubt. I'm getting better and I'm working on it and everything, and I can see I'm improving. But also, it's everybody can say that. It's really we'll see results. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking I'm starting to see things. So that's mine. What about you? What's a weakness you would change?
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of things, but which one would make the most dramatic improvement in my life, I guess? I think mine would be like fear. I'm so conservative that I'm always thinking is it worth the risk? But as an entrepreneur, you need to kind of shut down that side of your brain a little more often than I do, because I'm just so no, I don't.
Where's the fear coming from? Let me ask that.
Putting a roof over our head, paying all the bills, making sure it's all financial. I mean, everything that we do affects the finances, and that's where my brain is at, and I need to get over that fear. Mm-hmm. Because
it's scary.
Because it makes me think I should be what am I doing? I should go get a job.
Yeah, it's scary. It's scary as hell. I think that's the beauty on it. And that's what's hard about this. You know what I mean? And neither one of us come from money, so we don't have that that parachute on our back. So yeah, we're really doing it. But that's what's good. That's why most people don't end up quitting, because it is hard and it is scary. Right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of sleepless nights.
The people who are have less fear stick through it longer. The people who fear talk themselves out of it, and then they're just like, no, just do the safe thing, go work for someone else.
Yeah, but that's where as a team you have to have support systems, right? And that'll come down to your support system. I feel I have a really amazing support system. First off, you and my circle of people, right? I got my hard asses in my support system that don't like what I do, and I think certain things I do, but overall, that's where it comes. And that's where I was thinking, it's is it really, where's the fear coming from? Is it coming from what society says the norm is? Where the metrics that people say what success is and what not success is.
No, not
and
a
so
success
to the family, and I'm not saying this, but to your family, if your family expects you, well, you should go to college, or you should do this, or you're at this age, you should be at this point in your life, right? So, and I know that's some people that have that as they're scared because of what people will think of them. It's I don't mind eating shit and ramen and because I know the long term of this, but some people can't do it, so. Yeah. No, I think that, and I know that the finances, it's scary, right?
Yeah, because I've been so, my whole life is doing everything in a way to have financial security, and this is the opposite.
Yeah.
It's just contradicts everything that I've built for myself.
It's to live to work versus to work to live.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, next question.
How important is it to filter your content to stick with your brand image?
That's
more of a you question.
Wow. Okay. Let me go get another beer.
By the way, he has this giant cell phone that he keeps for fun. I don't know why.
You guys remember that cell phone?
It's as thick as a Bible. How did people keep this in their pocket?
This was actually, this is later on. Remember this one? This was Cell 1. It's a Motorola phone, Cell 1. Digital personal communicator.
Cell phone.
That's what it says on here.
Yeah.
Motorola. It's pretty cool. Anyway, so this was 1993.
It's the color of a Sega.
Well, my sister had it in 92, right? I was 12 at the time. And then in 93, when they got it disconnected, because it's so expensive, and it was only for emergencies. It wasn't for use. I took it, and I used to walk around with it when I was 13 at the horse show in my hometown. And I would act like it was hooked up, but it wasn't, because back then being seen with this thing was the coolest thing in the world. So I was one of those posers, and I would act. And I remember there was a time where I had a beeper that wasn't hooked up, and I'd keep it. I was one of those posers too. It was sad. Yeah. But, it was so sad. But yeah. So anyway, What were we talking about? What was the question again? How important
is it to filter your content to stick with your brand image?
Okay,
This is you.
This is an interesting question, right? Because we just had a scenario come up, and I don't know if I know the right answer to this, right? And I always say I like to disclose anything that I say and we say on here.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. It doesn't mean that
none of this is
right.
filtered.
We don't know anything. This is just from my experience. I answer these questions, and so this is a question that's hard for me. How do you filter things? And so, as if you've ever watched any of our content or anything about me, I'm rather rough around the edges. Right? I drink. do things. And people are like, well, you're the founder of For Better Not Worse, right? You are a kid-friendly brand. I was like, well, I don't know what kid-friendly. I give groceries to children, and I love children, right? I love them to a fault, right? We were just talking about that.
Yeah.
I can't tell the kids no at the food drops. So if they want something, and I'm giving them stuff, whatever. Anyway,
then I have to be the bad person.
And then I have to make her be the bad person. But anyway, so this is what I struggle with, is because I get in trouble by you and by Tyler and now by Diana, right? Which I'll explain who Diana is. I'm so happy to have her on our team. But I get in trouble by them because sometimes I'm not filtered enough. And so I struggle with this how much do I be like, I use foul language a lot, right? I really do. I was in the military. That's what you do. You know what I mean? That it's just, I don't know. It's just who I am. It doesn't make me, but it's just a part of who I am. And I do filter myself and can do this and that. But at the end of the day, I feel that transparency is so key. And I feel that where we're going and the way social media and the world can see every move now, if you try to put up a facade and be something that you're not, it's gonna be figured out real quick. At some point, you can only make it to a certain level before you've got enough eyes on you and enough people that want, enough haters that want to put you down. And so if I filter who I am, and you drink beer when I'm on this, and I don't, whatever, I feel that one day there's going to be enough eyes that they're going to see that's who I am already. So I think that I look at it like this. I might be rough around the edges. I might use language that's not right. I might drink while I'm doing things like this. But at the end of the day, I wake up every day with the goal to make my company where we impact more children than any other company in this world. And I want to impact millions of children. And if I use the word fuck or drink a PBR on TV or on camera, I think that is okay if I'm feeding children every month. And I think it's a balance. So I would rather do that and get the impact children than to be a buttoned up person and not do shit. And I think, what would you rather? And at the end of the day, it's like, so if I try to clean cut myself and make myself who I'm not, I think eventually it's going to come out anyway. And it's like, I don't want to be like, oh, see, yeah, Patricc. It's like, no, straight up from the beginning, this is who I am, and either take it or fucking leave it. Because I know with or without you, I'm going to be feeding millions of children every year one day. And so every
week, you mean?
No, millions every year.
Oh.
Every year. Well, I hope we're doing millions every week, that's pretty ambitious. But I know we'll be feeding millions every year. And that's what matters to me. So instead of me trying to be filtered on it, but also I see, to the question, I see there is a point there. It's like, we were talking about earlier, there's things that I want, I like to rant about that really bother me. And it's like, well, when should I actually do it on my personal page? Because I'm so linked to the company. And it's like, well, if I'm doing this on the personal, that can affect the company. Right? And it's a hard thing. And I don't know. I just try to be who I am.
You're just such an extreme person. It's more difficult than like I bet you this person who asked this question is not as an extreme of a personality as you. So for most people to filter for the sake of sticking to brand identity, especially at such an early stage of a company, I think it's a sacrifice that you need to do if that's the image you want to build, because you don't want to give fuel to the haters so early in the company to like nitpick on. And it's like it's saying filter, not like be a different person. It's just, if you do this much, just cut it down a little. Or maybe there's certain things that are just heinous overall, like that are just offensive, like just don't. But everything else, you know, you can in moderation.
Well, I think it comes down to the intent, right? What's your intent? You know, the things that I do that are rough around the edges, I'm not doing them to offend anybody. I'm not doing them to piss off anybody or trying to be a bad example to anybody. But I'm also like, I know I'm a human, and I know we're all human. And I know that I do way more good than bad. And
but you have to admit your personality is pretty extreme.
Oh, it is, but that's a part of who I am. So, like, how much do you filter of it?
Just like 80% of the curse words.
But it's not a conscious thing. I don't curse to curse to be that person. I'm not like the 14-year-old that wants to sound cool.
In front of the kids, you're good. I'm talking about like.
Well, I slip up every now and then, but not like to them. Just like when I'm talking to somebody, like, whoa, you know, like I walked in the store that one day and.
I'm saying at the food drop.
Oh, the food drop.
I'm like, what?
Oh, if I'm in a situation, I can completely cut it off. But I do that because that would be bad, like to a kid.
It's a brand thing.
But when I'm talking to an adult, it's like if I can't say the word fuck to you as an adult, right?
And FYI, I'm in these conversations with him, and he'll be like, blah blah blah, like F-bomb this, C-bomb that, and I'm just like. Inside, like you're talking to corporate so and so, and
it's been bad. Talking to Neiman Marcus
and I'm like
just dropping F
buttoned up, and whatever. And so for me,
they're like in the background, like Patricc, shut up.
Poor Jimmy.
But so I don't know what the right answer, because only time will tell. I think at the end of the day is like I know what is on camera of me doing is the worst that I do, right? Mm-hmm. There's nothing beyond camera that I do that is worse than you know what I mean? So that's why I am so, I guess, you know, not confident, just I'm okay with being myself in front of whoever. Because I just know that what my intent and what I'm doing is going to just really be huge and impact so many children that it's like, if you have a problem with this,
But you know, it's like human nature, like people judge people based on first impressions.
Yes, but I also think that people evolve, and we as a society evolve.
If they give you another chance to interact with you, though.
Well, like no one, like, I don't want to go there. Like there was a time where women, if you wore pants, like into a meeting, you know, like it would have been like, what? You know what I mean? Like people evolve. There was a time where if you said fuck in a meeting, like people accept it a little more now. Maybe not to the point that I do, but I also think that, you know, at the end of the day, like I think my roughness around the edges has helped me more than it's hurt me, and maybe that's what it is until you see it where it hurts you, right? You know, it's a balance. But the other day with what we were talking about with the birds, flipping the birds, right? I completely, while I might not, I see where you guys are coming from, and while I agree, I can see it from another side. But we go with what you guys said, and I see that. You know, it's like there's no need for it, right?
We're a PG-13 brand.
and it's
Yeah.
and I don't, you know, so it's one of those, right? I don't know. So that's a long.
And it's not like we're not talking about this like he did something really bad where it's like, oh my god, it's just.
The other day,
yeah.
It was just we were playing ping pong. It was, it's easy to tell you, we were playing ping pong, my partner and I, and I smoked him, and he didn't expect me to beat him. It was our first time playing, and he was like, flipping me off, and some people got offended by it, and so we so it was, you know, a meeting that we had about it, and like how, you know, it's like, because I'm fighting, it's like, this is just us. It's like if you're offended by something that you have done in your life, right? You've done it. Everybody has flipped a bird, right?
But
everybody's done it.
According to our brand message image,
So
it wasn't appropriate.
So yeah, you guys won out. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah.
That's all I have.
All right. I did want to mention. I guess you guys heard me say it, but Diana. We brought on a new sales director, or a sales director, our first sales director, and I'm so excited, and I'm thrilled. I'm so thrilled. She is a puzzle piece that we needed, and a lot of good things are going to come.
She's going to help me deal with you.
Yeah.
Which is big.
Yeah.
Because then I can be, well, Diana said this, so meh.
Yeah.
Like 2 against 1.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I'm just super stoked about adding her to the team, and yeah. And then we want to say we had the food drop on Friday.
Yes. Oh yeah, Friday.
Friday. Yeah. Today's Sunday. And it was amazing.
Photos are gonna go up later this coming week, and check out the Instagram for now for some photos.
Yeah, but it was really great. This time they had to write on a pumpkin if they were a superhero, what their favorite
what their
superpower would be, and some of the answers were. Oh my god, so we'll be posting them online.
I posted my favorite one on Instagram yesterday.
Which one?
Captain Pickles.
Oh, the Captain Pickles? Yeah, the ability to turn all cucumbers into pickles.
And I I was like, did you bribe some kid to write
that?
I
swear, I didn't see it until it was written. I don't even know which kid did it.
I Googled it to make sure that he didn't copy it. So there's a Captain Pickles, but it was a storyline in Barney, but the power wasn't, the superpower had nothing to do with it.
See, when I saw
so he just made it up.
Yeah, somebody was like, I think there was a Captain Pickles. I was like, I've never heard of this, and I was like, I thought this was creative, right? And it was like, if he just copied. So if he really did create, that's funny.
The funnier thing is, like, he wrote Captain Pickles, the ability to pickle all cucumbers, but everything was spelled correctly except Captain, which is Capten. I'm like, everything else was so difficult to spell, and you misspelled Captain. But yeah, a lot of these kids, like, their spelling is funny. Yeah. One kid, Lola, wrote in like binary code.
Oh, it was so funny. I guess she had some kind of imaginary, well, this equals this and this equals that. It was.
I'll post a few on Facebook today.
They're adorable. Yeah. They're adorable. So anyway, that's all we.
And then November 1st.
Oh yeah.
Wednesday, we're launching our Toys for Tots campaign.
Toys for Tots campaign. So I'm a Marine, Marine veteran, and we're the Marines are a part. They're the ones that have the Toys for Tots organization. So we reach out to them, and we're going to be doing a partnership with them. And for every item we sell online from November 1st to December the 8th, we're going to give not only a bag of groceries, but we're going to also donate a toy to the Toys for Tots for them to distribute with their organization.
Yeah.
And so we're happy about that. So please,
purchases.
If you're going to purchase in the next 2 days, hold off, but do it
To make it count,
Yeah.
Wait till Wednesday.
Wait till Wednesday.
Unless you want to place an order and
you can place
email
2
us.
orders, or place an order now. You can email us and remind us. We'll add it to it. It's not a problem. To be honest with you,
it's just mention Mind of a Founder.
Yeah. We're excited about that. And, Yeah.
So hopefully I requested if we can help distribute toys.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna let us.
Find out. So, but all right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in, and thank you for PBR for making your beer so cheap
and effective.
Yeah. Does the job.
Does the job.
Does the job.
Tastes like beer. Feels like water.
Exactly.
Oh, laundry's done.
All right, laundry's done. We're getting off here. Perfect timing.
Right.
Bye. Love you guys.